Check, 1, 2, 3, check, check. Check, 1, 2, 3, check, check, check. Check, 1, 2, 3, check, check, check. Good boy. All right, thanks for listening to the Outdoor Call Radio app. Appreciate everybody on the air right now. We're going to be returning to regular scheduled programming. We got the Wednesday drive until 5:30, and then we'll get back to George and Warden's Watch and the Keystone Experience, and then at 7 o'clock, got an extra special show for you on Unknown Files. So a lot to do here in the next couple hours. But anyway, thanks for everybody listening to the app. I appreciate that. All right. What's up, Ben? Good to see you, buddy. Check, 1, 2, 3, check, check, check. All right, I got everybody there. All right, I think we're ready to rock this candle. All right. Let's go ahead and get this started.
Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It's good to know people come.
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Wednesday Drive, brought to you by the fine folks in part by the Milo Locker and also Flex Fletch products. Have you heard of Silent Nights or SK2s? Go check them out at Flex Fletch. That's what I'm shooting. You like them? All right, we got a lot to do in the next hour or so, or half hour here on the Wednesday Drive. I'm going to go ahead and get my guest on. We're going to talk a little hunting with our friend out west a little bit. His name is Mr. Jared Larsen, so we're going to get him on the air and get him on.
Good afternoon.
Jared, it's Outdoors Dan. You're live on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. How are you tonight?
I'm living the dream over here, Dan. September is mere days away, and that means the arrival of fall, bows in hand, and hopefully filling some freezers. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm doing the same. I was just telling everybody I got my arrows on cruise control, and Larry Mack and Ryan were just up here the other day, and we got some new stands put out, and we already got some good camera pictures coming in, so we're excited. Him and Ryan are leaving for Kentucky in the morning, so they'll start filming Respect the Game TV tomorrow for the next season. So it's here.
Oh yeah, Kentucky has that velvet season that opens up on Saturday, huh?
Yes, they do.
Swap mosquitoes and put those thermocells to work.
Yeah, better them than me.
Hey, I don't know. I'll deal with thermocells and mosquitoes all I have to if it means a mature buck standing in front of me in bow range.
Oh, I think he's got several daylighting out there already. He'll be all right. But yeah, I'm waiting. I'm going to hold out until middle or third week of October when we start getting a cold front or something in. Then I'll get motivated. So.
Well, hey, to each their own. I'll slog it out until then, and probably not have any success, but I'll at least have gone down trying.
Well, see, you're younger than I am, though. You're motivated. See, I've already been through that phase of my life, Jared.
Touche.
I got underwear older than you, man. Come on.
Well, you must not change them very often.
Oh, come on. You're not. What are you? 28, 29, 32? What are you?
You've guessed well. Yeah, 28.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're in that ballpark. You got all that enthusiasm going. It's crazy. Hey, are you going elk hunting at all this year?
Well, yeah, man. I live in Montana. It would be a sin not to.
What are the elk doing right now? Are they starting to get a little pre-ruddy?
Oh man, we have had. I've been out in Montana for 6 years, and this is the craziest August. I mean, it's rained more in the last week than I have seen in my previous 6 Augusts combined. For some context, when rivers get too warm, when they get above 68 degrees. You know, they all go into hoot owl, and it's illegal to fish after 2 p.m. because the water's too warm. And like, I've never seen a hoot owl restriction reversed because of so much rainfall, but like, that happened today. The high was 65 out here.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I've heard multiple people that have been in the woods doing some elk scouting that they are definitely starting to rip and sound off. And I think, you know, we warm up again out here into the low 90s on the weekend. But I mean, shoot, I shot my bull last year on September 4th, and it was 97. And I mean, he came screaming into a call. So
yeah.
I really like the opening week of elk seasons. You know, they're as least suspecting as they're going to be all season. And, you know, obviously you're just playing the morning and evening game for the large most part when it's getting warm. But I think the opening week here in Montana, at least, is going to be pretty good this year.
Yeah, I think you're going to be fine. Hey, Ben, Scotty Mueller, good to see you. Thanks for watching us on Facebook Live. Appreciate that. I want to also say thanks to Imperial RV Center for helping us do the live streams every week on the Facebook Lives and stuff. So thanks to Imperial RV. You know, hey, Jared, I got to tell you, I got my first hardhorn picture today. So that's pretty exciting. So, you know, a lot of folks, Missouri's going to start September 15th with their regular season. We got some other seasons opening up I'm going to tell you about, or tell the folks about here in a little bit. But September 1st, we got doves, and then we got that special teal season and squirrels and rabbits and all that. So there's a lot of things going on. I would rather be out in your shoes. I was talking to a buddy of mine out in South Dakota. They got a lot of the rain too, and it's kind of messed up their antelope hunting. They're going to have to revert to a spot and stalk situation because they're not coming into the water because they got so much moisture.
Yeah, no, the spot and stalk antelope game is a tough one, but it's certainly a little more entertaining than the water one by and large. But yeah, if you're hunting water, you better find a new strategy.
Yeah, they'll drink out of a hoof print and be happy with it. Ben says you can send some of that cold weather this way, Jared.
I'll work on it. I don't know where you're at, Ben, but I'll blow it that direction.
All right, hey, I want to. And you're going to be ecstatic because I know you come and hunt pheasants and stuff with Dave. They're saying that our dove season is going to be our pheasant season is going to be one of the best. It's the highest statewide count since 2015, Jared.
Get out! That is awesome news.
Yeah, especially up with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I have an Iowa deer tag in my pocket this year, which I could not be more thrilled about, but I will 100% get down into some of the bottoms there and chase some roosters around because, I mean, honestly, we've done pretty well in Iowa the last number of years as far as being able to find huntable populations of birds, but I always love to hear a good hatch. It sounded like the same reports were coming out of some of the prairie pothole region and waterfowl, too. It sounded like they had a really successful hatch as well. I heard up almost 80% in some areas year on year.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, but all the ground nesting birds did very well. Turkeys, quail, even the quail, we're doing good on the surveys this year. So that's exciting because I know your family's going to be. Dave's going to be happy about that.
100%. Yeah, well, that'll keep them from smelling up the farm and the deer. Keep them busy on the roosters. That's perfect.
Yeah, you just tell him to get out there and shotgun hunt for a while. Leave the deer alone until you get out there and get your deer. That's fun.
Right.
Hey, a lot of stuff coming up with those with Onyx. You guys blew my mind when you and I had that one-on-one vid like a month or so ago. I can't believe some of the stuff that you guys are putting out there. The features that you and I talked about regarding trail cameras, is that live?
So, the foundational piece of it is live. You know, our trail camera project is going to be a long-tailed work in progress. We're going to be working on this trail camera integration for the next couple years. But before I dive into that, I'll say if there's anybody out there listening live right now and you find a way to get a question into Dan while we're on the horn, I will I'll get some of you good question senders hooked up with Elite in real time here. So Dan, I'll make sure that you're on the lookout for that while I'm rambling.
Yeah, no, I got Messenger up. I've got a few people on Messenger already, so that's not a problem. Well, you guys, I don't know how much I can say or whatever, because I don't want to spill the beans, but you guys are doing some groundbreaking stuff.
I'm happy to spill at least some of the beans.
Okay.
So, I mean, basically what we're trying to do is basically simplify the trail camera management process, in specifics, the cell camera management process. And so, we did a bunch of survey data over the last couple seasons to try to educate ourselves as much as possible on what this market looks like, what the pain points are, so on and so forth. And so, there's roughly between 6 and 7 million hunters out there that are utilizing trail cameras, and the majority of them have between 3 and 8 trail cameras and multiple brands of trail cameras. So,
right.
As all you listeners know, if you have multiple brands of cell cameras, right there off the bat, that means you need to have multiple apps just simply in order to receive your cellular images. And not to mention that, some of these apps are not overly well supported between customer support or just the user experience and user journey within the app by and large. And so, on top of that, very few of those apps do a very good job in allowing you to manage and organize your trail camera photos within their native platforms. And then even further beyond that, pretty much none of them do anything in order to help you analyze and pull out, the pertinent information and the data that's going to help you be more successful in killing that target buck, such as, what they're doing on a particular wind direction with any consistency or things of that nature. So what we are aiming to do is create partnerships with as many trail camera manufacturers as we can. And we're currently starting with Bushnell, Covert, and Exodus trail cameras, because those were the 3 brands that saw the value in what we were doing, were all on board, and wanted Onyx to essentially manage the cellular receiving app experience, just because they felt as though that Onyx, being the tech powerhouse that we are, would and could do a better job serving their customers with our app. And so in the next few weeks, actually right now, pretty much everybody listening is going to have access to the trail camera tool on our web map, as well as your phone devices. If you do not see the trail camera tool in your mobile app currently, it is rolling out. Anytime we roll out a new feature, we started at 5% of our users get access. Make sure there's no bugs, no issues for a few days. We scale it to 10%, we scale it to 20%, so on and so forth. And so the foundation of the trail camera tool is built. It's like a waypoint, but unlike a waypoint, it is able to house an unlimited number of images connected to it, as well as all historic placements of that tool will be kept track of. And so once integration begins, which with Bushnell, Covert, and Exodus will be in the next few weeks here, you'll then receive cellular images from those brands straight to the Hunt app, straight to the exact location of your trail camera icon that represents the actual trail camera in the woods, to begin that better organization process, to store those photos in a way that's meaningful to their actual location. And then after we get those first 3 launch partners up and running as far as integrated receiving cellular images to the Hunt app, we're going to work on the organization side at large, as far as implementing an analysis tool that's going to sort through bucks, does, coyotes, pigs, bears, whatever it is on your cameras, to help save you some time on going through all your photos, as well as give you the ability to create custom folders and custom tags so you can organize your photos the way you want to, whether that's based on farm or based on year, or whatever works best for your organizational system. And then after that organization is built, is really when we'll dive into starting to build some analysis tools that really ultimately will give you more insights on the deer on your property that you have photos of that you can go out and hunt. And so, what that could look like is, a bunch of line graphs, bar charts, pie graphs as far as showing, daylight versus dark movement, precedence of, the amount of bucks versus does that you're getting photos of on your property. All of those basic things, but shown in a very easy to read and easy to understand format, as well as like heat mapping on where you're getting the most photos, where you're getting the least photos, where you're getting the most daylight photos. But then even further advanced than that, and again, like we're quite a ways out from this coming to fruition, but it is in progress and being worked on, is let's say you have, a target buck that you call Steve, and you have 23 photos of Steve, and 9 of them are in daylight.
Yeah.
And you want to find some correlations of those 9 daylight photos in the weather and elemental factors. And so Onyx will be able to run a filtering system to say, okay, of those 9 daylight photos, 7 of them were on your south side food plot, 2 of them were on your north side pinch. Well, 6 of the 7 on your south side food plot occurred on a northeast wind between 7 and 13 miles an hour. Okay, now you take that information and, based on the time of day showing up, how long before dark or how long after sunrise, then you're kind of able to put together a strategy of, okay, that deer is likely bedding, on this little bench up above my south food plot. Thus, you can then implement a better strategy based on that northeast wind direction and those daylight photos to capitalize on that next weather front that brings those conditions, so you are more likely to be in the right place at the right time. So that's a very 30,000-foot view of our trail camera project. But, we're going to be working to onboard more manufacturers after we get these 3 launch partners up and running. And hopefully, change the way that people are able to manage and understand their trail camera data in the most meaningful and simple way possible from a user's end.
Yeah, absolutely. Richard, good to see you, Richard. Richard's out on the East Coast. Terry asked, you already answered this. Terry was going to say, are you going to be able to triangulate with weather patterns on the specific deer with the Onyx app and your camera? And the answer to that is yes.
Yep. And again, I want tech to move at the speed of light. I want it at the snap of a finger.
Yeah.
But, this is going to be a long-tailed project. We're definitely going to have the integration up and running for some of those brands here in the next month, and then we'll definitely have the organization side of things built this fall. But a lot of those analysis tools, particularly those more custom filtered based on elemental and weather data, that's realistically probably looking at 2024.
Okay, I got you. Tell you what, hang on. I got to take a real short break. We'll be right back with Jared. It's the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network.
Are you into cooking wild game or grilling? If you are, you probably love to transform your wild game into delicious meals or great tasting snacks. High Mountain Seasonings.
What's up, everybody?
Everything you need to help you make some of the best tasting sausage, snack stick, or jerky around. High Mountain Seasonings offers simple kits you can easily use at home, including 3 new low sodium blends that will produce wild game snacks your family will love. High Mountain Seasonings makes grilling steak or smoking your favorite meats taste even better with their specialty spices, marinades, and rubs for deer, elk, or your favorite steaks. High Mountain Seasonings also has chili, taco, and fajita blends that are spicing up kitchens and grills everywhere. Look for High Mountain Seasonings at Sportsman's Warehouse, at your favorite grilling retailer, or just go to HighMTNJerky.com for recipes or to find the closest store near you. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to make your game or favorite grilling meats taste great.
Heading to your favorite outdoor spot? Is your hunting, fishing, or utility knife ready for any task? Well, if you used the original Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener before you left, you bet they are. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is designed to sharpen every knife you own. By using changeable, flexible...
This is a short break, everybody.
The sharpening system is able to sharpen a variety of knives, including curved and serrated knives, tonto blades, fillet knives, gut hooks, axes, and even kitchen knives. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener does this with precision angle sharpening guides and flexible abrasive belts to ensure the proper 20-degree angle every time. Each Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is assembled in the USA by a family-owned and operated company. Customer service is always a call away. So if you love the outdoors and depend on a sharp knife, consider checking out one of the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpeners or the Work Sharp guided field sharpener at a store near you, or anytime at worksharptools.com. That's worksharptools.com.
Tired of deer smelling your scent? Well, there are things you can do to help stop deer from smelling you. Pure Whitetail offers some of the finest scent elimination products in the outdoor industry. Let's talk about Pure Whitetail's Dirt Scent Eliminator Spray. When they say dirt, they mean it. Pure Whitetail's Dirt Scent Eliminator Spray will give you a layer of protection that will help you stay hidden from that deer's nose. It's one of the finest, most effective scent control sprays on the market today. So next season, let's turn the tables on Mr. Whitetail and fill more tags. It's time to get serious about controlling your scent with Pure Whitetail. All right, welcome back to the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. My guest is Mr. Jared from the Onyx Hunt application. And if you want to map out something, you need Onyx, in my humble opinion. We've been doing it forever. Hey, everybody's freaking out on the tech that you just said. So that should come out. What'd you say? You said 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I mean, integration with Bushnell Covert and Exodus cell cameras will be live at some point in the month of September.
Yep.
At which point, we will begin working to onboard other companies that will, it'll take a little bit while to get any individual company onboarded to start receiving cellular images. But yeah, a lot of the organization is going to be built in October, November, and December. And then again, all that analysis stuff will be worked on kind of this off season. But just because you don't have a Bushnell Covert or Exodus cell camera doesn't mean that you're out of luck. You can still utilize all of our trail cameras tools, and as far as our organization system and the future looking analysis stuff, if you upload your SD images to the Hunt app. But obviously I totally understand that is somewhat of the cumbersome problem that we are trying to solve, is not having to upload and download photos and all that good jazz. So we're working to onboard as many manufacturers as possible to get the widest coverage. But a little side note is, if you are not an OnX member, you can find deals out there right now for new OnX Hunt members where you will get a free covert or a free Bushnell camera when you sign up to become an OnX Hunt Elite member. So
wow.
If that offer is interesting to you, you better send Dan a message. He can get you in contact with me, and I can get you a link.
All right, there you go. Hey, I got a Kurt from Fort Wayne, Indiana wants to know, what about waterfowl hunting? Can you use any of these applications for waterfowl?
Tell Kurt to send you the email address that he wants to run OnX under, and I'll get Kurt set up. And Kurt, I guarantee you'll find more waterfowl. Couple ways that I utilize it. I mean, scouting. It's an awesome scouting tool. I throw that tracker on when I hop in my truck and I'm going to look for ducks or geese and, find their roost ponds and follow them to where they're feeding at. Tracking your exact route, knowing everywhere that you've covered on a scout, and as importantly, where you haven't covered. We also have all public and private land ownership names and boundaries. So if you're trying to get permission on a field, it is a lot easier to find the right house when you have all of that land ownership information at your disposal to see tax addresses, because so often, it's just an empty ag field and the owner might be, he might be 5 miles away, he might be 500 yards down the road, or he might be 5 states away. And the OnX Hunt app tells you that within the click of a button. And then, of course, you can look them up in white pages in order to find a phone number, which I've had great success doing. Other use cases for waterfowl is, we have fully integrated weather within the OnX Hunt app, hourly forecast, weekly forecast, falling, hourly pressure to denote falling, rising, an entire moon phase calendar in there. So I would say if you play around with the Hunt app, you are going to find plenty of use cases for waterfowl hunting. That's not to mention just the basic functionality of like waypoints to mark a feed that you can share with your buddy, or maybe you want to meet your buddy at a gate going into the field so you don't have to both drive your trucks in there. You can share that waypoint with them.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be able to meet you right at that exact location in the dark in the morning. A ton of tools in there that you'll utilize as a waterfowl hunter, I guarantee it.
Yeah, Kurt, just email me and I'll get that forward on for you. Trails, rubs, scrapes, stands, food plots. I mean, we use these every day with Onyx, and it's not even including going out and just the property line tool, where you can actually see where the boundary lines are. Jared, to me, is the most one. That's one of the most treasured things on that application for me, because I know exactly where I'm at, and I don't have to worry about second guessing that I'm on my side of the fence.
100%. I mean, it is a confidence instilling tool, and that's what the vast majority of our customers are using it for, right? Is just a digital plat map that is at their fingertips that we update. You know, we actually have a fully staffed GIS team of, I want to say it's now in the 40-some folks on that team, where we go to each individual county across the country in order to update our land ownership for every county every single year. And now that said, there are some counties, very few, but some that don't have data in a digitized format, or, there's some nuances within a few municipalities that if we don't have data there, it is a very, very rare circumstance, but they do exist. But by and large, anywhere in the country, you're going to be able to see who owns what parcel and make sure that you are confident, whether you're on the public side or the private side of the border, whatever you are legally able to hunt, you'll know what you're hunting.
Yeah, Chris Hall in Ohio, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for watching today. Hank, down there in southern Iowa, good to see you, Hank. Tell everybody at Revelton I said hi. So, all right, listen, if you want more information, or if you want to get it, one of those deals that Jared just said, just email me at outdoorsdan@mac.com, and I'll forward those on. And if you got any questions, I'll do the same. That's easy. Jared's always good about getting back with people. So, hey, anything else besides just all the exciting news you want to share with the folks before I let you go?
Yeah, I would say, we also, some new aerial imagery has recently been updated. So fully integrated and functional 3D is now available on all platforms, iOS, Android, and our web map. There's also a 3D exaggeration feature that is now on all platforms. So if you're hunting areas that doesn't have a lot of terrain, like places in Kansas or Iowa where you might just be hunting a ditch or a swale that doesn't really show up on a topo map, that elevation exaggeration within 3D makes those little nuanced terrain features that we all know deer know about very easy to find. Recent imagery is one that we've added. So that's going to be a aerial image that's taken every 2 weeks. Now that said, it is lower resolution than our base map imagery, but it is awesome to use in conjunction with our other imagery options to see a snow line, or if a field has been harvested, or some timber stand improvement you did, or maybe a tornado went through, or a timber cut happened, on some Forest Service that you hunt. Just those landscape changes or vegetation growth is a great way to use the recent imagery. And then in select states, there is going to be leaf off imagery soon available.
That's the one. That's the one I'm excited about. You can actually change that and see what the topography is without the leaf cover or the leaf canopy, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I hate to disappoint you, it's not going to be available for Iowa right away. But if I remember right, Larry Mack has a farm in Missouri, so you can use it down there.
He'll be happy. I'll be happy. That's all right. I got enough to keep me busy, Jared, on the Onyx thing. That's all right.
But yeah, I mean, we're constantly trying to add updates, and so many of these new features come from ideas from you folks, you listeners out there that you're like, oh man, I wish Onyx had this, and you end up shooting us a DM on Instagram or shooting us an email, and then we implement those features because you guys do have awesome ideas. So that is really how we operate and how we're able to be so progressive in getting new stuff in the app that's at the end of the day going to make you a more successful hunter. So if you have ideas, don't hesitate, send them.
Tony says hello. He's running late. He'll listen to the replay later. Sounds awesome. So thanks, Tony. I appreciate that. No, man, that's good. Hey, tell them the website for everybody to go to.
Yep. So all of our social channels are at Onyx Hunt, ONXHUNT, and then onxmaps.com. is going to bring you to our homepage, which from there you can access our web map or go to, the hunt page in particular, which is just onxmaps.com/hunt. But yeah, if you want more information, definitely check out the website. Give us a follow on social. Shoot us a DM there if you have any questions. We're always happy to help. So, Dan, I greatly appreciate your partnership and friendship, and thanks for having me on. And I'm excited to share some photos with you back and forth all fall of hopefully some good bucks hitting the ground.
Yeah, I hope you do well, man. Hey, and we'll get you on the show in December so we can dive into more of the topography features and stuff like that. So, because I think a lot of people need to understand exactly what we're talking about. You can actually go and look at individual saddles and shelves, and I mean, you can really get in there and analyze some ground before you even get out there, so you kind of already know where you're heading. I think that's an invaluable tool on that Onyx app.
Yeah, I mean, if we're able to ever to do some format where we can get your listeners, on a computer screen where we're able to share live or something like that, I'd love that opportunity. And as you know, I am always down to hop on the airwaves.
Hey, we'll do that next time because on the C-Cam, I can actually bring you on video. So I'll try to do that where we can show the computer so folks can actually see what you're doing like on in real time. So we'll work on that, okay?
Sounds like a plan, Dan. Well, again, appreciate you. Thanks for having me on. Always an enjoyable 30 minutes with you. So
that's all right.
Safe travels to everyone out there driving, and good luck on the first hunts of the year.
Yeah, hey, send me some pics of that bull when you get him.
You got a deal.
Thanks, Jared. There he goes, Jared from Onyx. Good fine feller right there. He does a really, really good job, and I just love the features there. Hey, real quick before I get out of here, I told you I got some info from Iowa. The 2023 August pheasant population survey was the highest statewide count since 2015, with the biggest increases coming from the southwest, northeast, northwest regions. Statewide average was nearly 23 birds per route. That's a 15% increase over 2022. Bird counts were better than they thought in the northwest and northeastern section. Annual survey also counted bobwhite quail, partridge, and cottontail rabbits. Partridge population is significantly up, and excellent counts coming from the north central and northwest regions. Quail hunting has been pretty good last year and should be good this year, as well as the southwest and south central regions. Cottontail populations are good as well. The youth pheasant season is going to be October 21st through the 22nd. Pheasant season is going to start October 28th and run through January 10th, 2024. Quail season is October 28th through January 31st. Rabbit season, September 2nd, February 28th. Partridge season is going to be October 14th through January 31st. Iowa's teal season starts September 1st. I'll tell you more about that on Saturday when we got 2 hours. I can go into all the quotas and limits and all that other fine stuff. So there you go. All right, I'm a little late getting out of here today, but that's all right. I wanted to make sure we gave Jared as much time as I could. Unknown Files tonight. If you like the big fellow, you're going to want to listen tonight. I've got the fine folks from Flash of Beauty, Bigfoot Paranormal. That's a brand new doc that's going to be hitting theaters near you in about a week or a couple weeks. I got a really early sneak preview, and it's going to blow your mind. It's pretty neat, some of the stuff that's in this movie. So check that out. I'll be on at 7. Until next time, just keep it here on the Outdoor Call Radio app. And someone, I didn't have time to do it right now, but someone between now and the end of the show tonight is going to win a gift certificate to Norlander Alpaca Socks from Norlander Sock Company. How about that? I will see you soon. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be talking to you at 7. And I'm going to return it back to regular scheduled programming. So George Lynch, talking waterfowl and all. I think he might be talking Bigfoot too. Bigfoot waterfowl, something like that. We also got Warden's Watch and the Keystone Experience will be playing until we come back on at 7. I'm going to send that back to the network there. And I will tell you goodbye. And hey, let's get out of here and go eat some dinner. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, my Lord, watch me sway, darkness falls and we all...
All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk with you at 7. Thank you so much, and I will post the winner tonight before I go to bed. So there you go. See you, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.